Hi everyone, it's Evangeline here at etrailer, and today we are looking at the Yakima RidgeBack hanging style bike rack here on our 2019 Honda Passport. So the RidgeBack is a bike rack you might be interested in if you're looking for a little bit more premium features than your average hanging style bike rack. And if you're looking for a bike rack that can carry multiple bikes, this comes as a 4-bike or a 5-bike option. Let's say you got your Honda Passport filled up with your friends, your family, and you all want to go for a bike ride. You might be interested in something that can carry all of your bikes. Okay, first let's take a look at the way our bike is mounted. We have 2 mounting points on the top tube, and we have this third down here, which kind of works as our anti-sway cradle. So with this fully tightened down, you can see how our sway is minimized with that mounted. And when you want to take your bike off, that's also where you start. So you press those levers and you just pull that zip strip out. Notice the difference it makes with that zip strip out, and then you go and do the others. So these are called zip strips for a reason. You just press those levers and just pull them straight out. Quick, easy, no fuss. It's a nice upgrade compared to the heavy rubber straps that you may see with other style bike racks. So with those mounting points completely disengaged, you can now push these anti-sway cradles up and then pick up your bike, bring them through those arms, and then you're ready to go on a bike ride. So I'm just going to set this bike to the side so that we can take a closer look at our bike rack itself. So here we have our cradles on our Yakima RidgeBack. Notice how they have these nice little rubber paddings on the inside. So those have your grooves for your brake lines. And your zip strips will have that padding as well on top. So that's going to be helpful because as you do secure them around your frame, you want to make sure that whatever's touching your frame is not going to scuff or scratch it. Also, you want to make sure it's made of a material that will provide a little bit of extra grip when you are on the road. Now this has a weight capacity of 150 pounds, but if you do happen to have a slightly heavier bike, you can have a maximum weight of 40 pounds for a single bike, as long as your total is not over 150 pounds. Your cradle distance from each other is going to be about 5.5 inches away from each other. That's going to be how much space you have between them, and it's going to add up. So this is a 4-bike version, so we'll take a measurement to see how much length is added to the back of your Honda Passport, just to give you a glimpse of what you have to work with. So from our bumper to the end of our bike rack, it sits at about 39 inches. The 5-bike version is going to sit just a little bit further out than that, about 44 inches. So whenever you're backing into your garage or trying to park into a tight spot, it's a fair amount of length added to your already longer vehicle. So just keep that in mind and try not to forget that this is there along with your bikes. Now, one thing you can do is if you're not planning on going for a bike ride, but you still want to keep your bike rack on, you can fold these arms down. To do so, you may have to lift up on the arms just a little bit, pull up on this lever on top, and that releases these arms, allowing them to drop down. Now, I did put our anti-sway cradles up to take our bike rack out, so I may have to put them back down. There we go. That gives us clearance to put those arms down. Big difference compared to when the arms were folded up. Let's see exactly how much. So measuring from our bumper to our mast, it sits at about 11.5 inches away. Our closest point is going to be from our bumper to right where that arm is which is far away, and that sits at 6 inches of clearance. No worries at all about this accidentally making contact with your vehicle. Also notice that with it folded up, we can see how it comes slightly above our windshield wiper right here in the middle, but we still have a good amount of view from our rear window. Our taillights are obviously unobstructed. Now, our backup camera is slightly offset towards the passenger side, but still right behind this bike rack. So you're definitely going to see the bike rack in your back camera, but you'll still be able to have a decent amount of view because of the way the Honda Passport rear view camera is designed. Your license plate will be obstructed though, so just keep that in mind. Now let's talk about how this fits into our hitch. This has an 1.25" shank with a 2" hitch adapter. We have a 2" hitch receiver here on our Honda Passport, and to install this is a tool-free install. We just pop it in and tighten it down with this locking knob here at the end, and this engages the anti-rail device on the inside. So if I want to shake this right over here by the shank, I'm mainly shaking the Honda Passport at this point because that is a secure fit. Some people do worry when there is a 2" adapter around an 1.25" shank that there will be some movement, but as you saw, there was not, making for a smoother ride for your bikes overall. Alright, so my final thoughts about this bike rack here on our Honda Passport is that we have a really good clearance since this is a taller vehicle. The one issue is going to be that this does sit a bit higher up. I'm on the short side. I kind of didn't have any problem at all with putting those bikes through, but you can see I did have to reach up. So if you have slightly heavier bikes, you may have to keep that in mind. Another thing, which we actually didn't take a look at, was that this does tilt away. And then if you do want to access your hatch, you can see how there is plenty of room between our door and our bike rack, allowing us to get into our trunk and grab whatever we need. Now, you will have to take your bikes off to do so though, so keep that in mind as you do budget in terms of time and effort, but all in all, it will still get you on the trail faster than if you had to take your bike off. So it is a good fit for if you have your Passport fully loaded with your friends and family and you all want to go for a bike ride. Those zip strips are nice, as well as those cushions. Now it is a hanging style rack, so you will get some sway and some movement with your bikes all together. You might want to be interested in some of our platform racks that we have here at eTrailer, like the Kuat Transfer 4. But if you want a 5 bike rack, then the Yakima RidgeBack might be the best option for you. So that was a look at the Yakima RidgeBack hanging style bike rack here on our 2019 Honda Passport.
Here it is on our test course. We'll start by going through the slalom. This is going to show us the side-to-side action, which simulates turning corners or evasive maneuvers. Next, we're at the alternating speed bumps, which we'll see the twisting action. This will simulate hitting a curb or pothole or driving over uneven pavement. And finally, we have the full speed bumps, where we'll see the up and down action, which is just like driving out of a parking lot, garage, or driveway.